Hello, everyone. And here we are. It's just me. Hi. I am Arugs from the internet and the VSBN, and this is Arugs Happy Hour. It's the new Arugs Happy Hour. You like the new set? Isn't it pretty? Hi. So yes, this is the new Arugs Happy Hour. I'm gonna do solo, and I am nervous as fuck, so I don't know what's gonna happen today, so we'll see what happens. The whole purpose of me wanting to do a Rigs Happy, first off, go every other week and to do Rigs Happy Hours, I wanted to focus more on sort of my content. I do a lot of podcasts. As much as I love all the podcasts we do, but Happy Hour is it is back. It is back. Here we are. Um, but as much as I love doing, I sort of want to do my own thing, and that's okay. That's where I'm at in my mental health journey. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but we're here. We are here. We are. um. So yeah, I thought today. Okay, speaking of mental health journey. So for those of you who know, I was doing for a while. I was doing these car talks. I was doing them on my drive to work, on my way home from work. I was doing them at lunchtime. I need to watch. Oh yeah, you should. It's really really good. We're here for it. I'm glad. I need y'all support because I don't know why I'm so nervous. I go live by myself all the motherfucking time. I think it's just because this is like an official thing and I'm not just sitting here talking. I don't know. I We're here. Okay. So anyway, so I was doing the car talks for a while and then I found out some news and I found out some information and so I needed some time to process that personally and by myself. You're used to doing happy hours with a group. I am used to doing happy hours with a group, but we'll see. And so I needed to process all of that sort of by myself. But and I am. It's not easy. But I'm gonna today. See, I sort of pulled away on the car talks, but can we talk? I don't know how about y'all. I don't know. Have y'all? I don't know how many of you have been on this mental health journey. I don't know how many of you have been on this whole thing of first off healing. To just realizing that you need to heal is hard, but then it's like. I have been having to face, speaking of my new podcast, I've been having to face with all of the stuff that I'm doing in my healing journey. I have then now also had to face all of my kinks. And and I'm like, I'm questioning things, and I don't like to question things. I knew where I was in my kink journey. I knew my identity. I was good with being a good girl with an attitude. I was good with being a primal sub. I was good with all of those things of having a praise kink. And now I'm over here trying to do my motherfucking healing, and I'm going, do I have a praise kink or am I trying to have validation because I got treated shitty as a child? Like, what do I actually get turned on because somebody calls me a good girl, or is it because somebody calls me a good girl and praises me and I never got that as like, or is it just me like getting rush of endorphins because somebody was nice to me? What? Both, right? I'm not okay. Can it be both? I don't know. See, and that's again what I'm questioning. And you question I shut up. I do question everything. I think everyone should question everything. Probably not, but I mean that's probably a toxic trait too. But I'm so over this motherfucking like I don't know. I don't it's so fucking frustrating. I don't this whole healing shit is frustrating. And I just need to say that. I need to say that out loud. I need to say how motherfucking frustrating it is because I just want to be healed. I want to. You know what? You know what? I was raised in the goddamn church. Somebody needs to lay hands on me and so I can be motherfucking healed. That's all I got to say. Like I feel somebody needs to feel me up, put their hands on me and I feel and I'm going to be healed, right? Right? Or maybe because now I'm not in the church, somebody needs to paddle me, like lay the paddle on me. I don't know. Trauma from dad yelling at me for everything I do. So that loves. Yes, absolutely. And Kagome, same. Like so much stuff I'm unpacking, and it's it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. Like today I got home from work and I cried. I cried for an hour and a half. I cried for an hour and a half. I sat down in my room on that bed over there and literally wept. And it's like, why? I don't know why. I just wept. I just cried. And I want to get better. I want to get better. And I'm doing it through humor. I'm trying not to do it through any type of see, that's why I've sort of cut back on drinking and any type of recreational substance because God knows that's probably not a good idea either. So you need Benny. I I need you know what I need? You know what I really, really, really need? I need a good vlogging and a really good orgasm. I feel like I'd be okay after that. I don't know if my therapist would approve of that, but I would feel better. My therapist told me it's okay. Well, I did. I cried very hard. I cried so hard, like my eyes were like swollen. It was my cat was concerned. That's how hard I was crying. My cat came in and just sat on my chest. You know, she was like the emotional support animal. She just sat on my chest. I need a therapist. But I okay. So my daddy was aw, Kagome, I love you. I love you so much, and I praise you all the time, and I am so happy for you. I just wanna know, I have watched your growth, and I whenever I say that, whenever I say, I've watched you grow and I'm so proud of you, you are like you were like one of the inspirations for my podcast because I watched how you grew and I watched how you explored and I watched all this stuff like and I wanted to help people like you like that it was beautiful. It's a lot of fun. She's in the gas house though. Oh my god, I haven't heard it called the gas house in a long time. So raise your hand if any of you have been sitting there going, okay, I'm gonna do like you're speaking of your therapist tells you to do an assignment, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this assignment. That doesn't sound too hard, right? You're sitting there and you're like, I got this. This is yeah, okay. I'm gonna start writing shit down, and I'm practicing mindfulness right now. It's like where I have to like be in the present moment and really and so I'm over here and my therapist is like, "Okay. So this week, she's like, this week, I want you to, anytime you have an intrusive thought or anytime you have those feelings, I need you to start building a relationship with yourself and say, thank you for this thank you for protecting me and thank you for because this coping mechanisms this way of thinking has served me and helped me survive in the past but now we need to look into I don't need protecting anymore and we need to move past this coping mechanism. Sort not fix it, but right now just sort of have this relationship with myself. And of course I'm like, yeah, that sounds easy. I talk to myself all the time. I mean, I talk to the camera on the fucking internet. So whatever. So I'm driving in my car one day, which I do a lot, obviously, because I have that long commute. And I'm driving along. I'm like, do, 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 do. And I start having these thoughts. And I'm going, what purpose does having this thought and it was like a negative thought, it was like thinking bad, I was starting to create because my thing is I would start to create this negative narrative in my head and I'm like what the fuck does that serve, like what purpose does this negative thinking, this negative mindset, what purpose does that serve to protect me, like it just seems like it just makes me feel shitty. I don't understand. So your brain is all fucked up anyway. So I'm like, I don't understand. So I'm over here sitting there unpacking it. I'm literally talking to myself. Thank God that nowadays talking in your car is no longer a weird thing. So cool. Um, um, oh, sorry, I'm reading your. Yeah, I actually I have a new therapist and I love her. I got it through BetterHelp actually. So for those of you who don't know, like BetterHelp is amazing and very affordable therapy. You also get one-on-one, you get group therapy, you also get seminars, and it's all included in one price. So just saying. But if you want to go to, and it's usually all video, but if you want to go in person, I'm sure somebody can help you. But anyway, back to back to my story. So I'm driving around. I'm sitting here going. I'm like, what? I'm literally asking myself, what the fuck purpose does this negative thinking? What purpose is that? Like I'm literally getting mad at myself. I am getting angry at myself because I'm like, what motherfucking purpose is me thinking these awful thoughts about situations and people and they're all fabricated. They're all fabricated. They're not real. None of it's based in reality. It's just me with my wild active ass imagination going, "Okay, let me think of the worst possible scenario and like think the worst." And I'm going, "What does that serve to protect me? What?" And then it dawned on me. Ready for this? You ready? I'm driving along and I'm like, I wasn't. So I had to always be prepared. I had a family situation where I had to always be prepared for every situation because I never knew what parent was going to walk through that door. I never knew what mood they were going to be in. I never knew what I was going to get in trouble for. I never knew if they were going to be in a good mood or a bad mood. I never knew. And I never knew what was going to set them off. That was all my life. So, what did I do? And it was been my motto all my life. So, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and then we'll just deal with whatever happens, right? So, by preparing for the worst, by preparing and making sure, so I have to sit there and think of the worst case scenario so that I don't get hurt, so that I am prepared. So I have to think the worst of people and situations, and that's where my brain automatically goes. What kind of motherfucking life is that? What life is that? What life is that? It I'm over here going, "Oh, that's great. That's cool. Cool, cool, cool." Out of spite. Right? Out of spite. I'm over here out of spite. So I unpack that. That's cool. So that's fun. And I'm eating bread slowly. Like I'm being mindful of the bread and I'm bullshit about it. I am so fucking bullshit because as you know, I'm an overachiever. I want to get it done. I want to get this healing done. I want to get this. I just want to be done. I want to be done. And I'm just starting and I'm not okay. And I'm trying so hard not to fall back on my old coping mechanisms. Like I'm trying hard not to like drink myself silly and I'm trying hard not to overeat. And I am like doing my best trying to be mindful of my emotions and accept for them for what they are. And it's bullshit because here's the thing is now I'm actually having to feel my emotions and sit with my emotions because I am no longer following the CBT line of work. I am following the DBT. And so CBT is just like, no, we're going to think positive. We're going to redirect your thoughts. So basically, you don't really think and feel your feelings a lot. Like you just redirect those nasty, intrusive thoughts. Whereas the DBT, we're like, no, we're going to acknowledge those feelings. We're going to acknowledge those thoughts. We're going to sit here and we're going to accept them into your life. And I'm like, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I have put those feelings way deep down. I have put those memories in a closet and they are fine right there. And they can sit there and they can never come back out. And I'm not, you don't have to cope if you understand. Right. And and that was the thing that honestly, Don Darrow, I had to learn that it's okay to not be okay. As all of you know, like when I started streaming, I had to be perfect. And I think that that's why I was like really trying to be more open about my mental health journey because I was so unhappy and I was so miserable. And yet I was like just trying so hard to look put together when I wasn't, and I'm not. And um actively choose to working on it. It is a long thing. But I had to learn to be okay with not being okay. And that's hard for me. You wouldn't think that that would be a hard thing to do. Like you wouldn't. Like you would think, "Oh, well, yeah, but it is. It's hard. When you're so used to your life like being perfect. I'm a ruse from the internet. Like I don't make mistakes. I motherfucking make spreadsheets. Like the BSBO should be you don't have to be put to No. The BSBN motto should be we're literal doo-doo water and it's okay. But what I wanted so much for Nerd Mames, and I wanted so much for my channel and my brand, is I not only wanted to be more open about my journey because this journey is hard and it's hard for me. And I feel like my I don't want to trauma dump, so I try to be like toe the line, but I also feel like I wanted a community, like where we come together and go, okay, we're all motherfucking trauma triscuits and we're okay. Like we're gonna sit here in our nice little trauma triscuit basket. And we're going to laugh and we're going to talk about it and we're going to tell stories about this week about how I fucking ate bread purposefully. Have y'all ever eaten bread purposefully? Anything purposely? You're supposed to be mindful. And I know I shouldn't be mocking it. I know I shouldn't. I know maybe the body scan thing. I know. But I'm over here going, it's bread. It's bread. It is wheat and it's what, like, that's the thoughts going in my head. And I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Fuck that trauma dump. I love bread. I love bread too. What I don't love is taking a piece of bread and thinking about it and putting it in my mouth and thinking about it. Like that. Okay, maybe that your mic levels. I get it. It's because I keep moving away from my mic. I just got a text. So, yeah. It trauma. Do I have to be a Triscuit? Can I have a chicken? Oh, I love chicken in a basket. I do. Chicken in a basket's amazing. Those are, and if you haven't had a chicken in a basket, it's the box of crackers, and it's a blue box, and the box has not changed since we were kids. Yes, like, yeah, it's amazing. And yes, you have to be a trauma Triscuit. There's John Dondero. Are you kidding me? You've never had a chicken in a motherfucking basket? Or biscuit or whatever? Yeah, those are so good. Get some easy cheese. It is all chemicals, but it doesn't matter. It is fucking amazing. Like you puke. No, okay. So, yeah. So, John, you need to go get a chicken and a biscuit. Nope, I have. But I don't know. Like I'm over here just trying to make it day by day, and I'm trying not to. And this, the truth is, like I come on the internet and I stream on the internet. I play games. I game. I laugh. I do D101. I do WDI. I do Dinks with Kinks. I record, release the Kinkster, and I am so insecure. I am so insecure, even though I do all of these things, and I do them relatively well. I'm okay. I'm pretty decent at it, and still, I'm just like I don't feel like I measure up. And here, like I said this today. I said this today when I was like deep, like I like deep in like weeping. I was like soaked. I was crying so hard. And I said, it is the strangest feeling to feel not enough and too much all at the same time. And I don't know if anybody else has felt like that, but I feel like that a lot. Like, I don't know how those two things exist in one place, but they do. And I feel like that should even out, but they don't. Stop being a character and just be you. And that's the other thing. Oh, let's talk about that. That's the other thing. I don't know who the fuck I am. I am. That is the thing I had to face is I'm going, oh, okay. So my mental illness has caused me to be a people pleaser. So my personality is adapted to itself to the people around me. And so now I have to heal and figure out who the fuck I am. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have to. Can somebody just give me a character sheet? I will do all of the things and I will be fine. But no, I've got to heal and figure out who I am and what I like and what's my personality and what's my trauma, because apparently my personality was my trauma and I'm not here for that. You are who you want to be. But I also feel like, see, Kagome, the same thing. But I think so many people say, like, and I get the sentiment, you guys, you be you, just be who you want to be you, and I am from the internet. Do you believe everything you see on the internet? See. But so many people say, just be you. But what if you don't know who you are? And that's sort of where I'm at. It's one of those, yeah, Kagome, like I me too, sweet pea. I have like a rough idea, but I don't know. And it's scary. Find it. Never stop trying to find it. It's scary. And it's fun. I don't know if that makes sense. The possibilities of endless possibilities, which is also overwhelming at the same time. But then you go and hey, Shifty Bricks, why don't you tell Sean that? Sean has to have a destination. He has to have a GPS. Oh, thanks, Sondero. I'm trying. I am trying. And I'm trying with like all of this. I'm just trying to make light of it. And I know I shouldn't. I guess maybe that's my coping mechanism, but I don't know. I wanted to go solo because I don't know, maybe I'll fail at this. That's the thing. Maybe this whole solo Arugs Happy Hour will fail. Maybe it will, like, I will be too much, or maybe I will just be boring as fuck. And maybe I will run out of things to say, which, I mean, I talk a lot, so that's, I don't know. And maybe I'll fail. But I got to try, right? Right? Trying to figure out who I am. And I don't know. It's like if laughter is coping. Laughter is a coping mechanism. Actually, I read about that in one of my DBT works books, is that they encourage you to sing or laugh or stimulate your vagus nerve by like tilting your head. And that will help calm your anxiety. So it is a coping mechanism. Failure is always an option. And I have to learn how to fail. And learn how to fail and not take it personally. Because that is my trauma. I don't fail. Because if I fail, I must be less than. Well, yeah, I mean, we're the BSBN. We fail at a lot of things. I I've been feeling and maybe that's what going solo and every other week. Maybe it's just me just trying to process. I don't know, with silly things. I struggled with it and saying, can we determine failing or feeling like I was? Yeah. Yeah. Um I I've been feeling very alone and isolating myself. Like, so again, maybe it's just me. I don't know, maybe this is one of my quirky little traumanalities. I just want to call it my trauma personality, traumanality. Is that I am feeling this this need to connect, but at the same time, I don't want to burden anybody. I don't want to cause drama. So I literally will withdraw and not even just like pull back. I will completely pull myself away and just not like, and I know that's very black and white thinking and it's very much that, but I don't want to be a burden. But I need to connect with people. So here I am on the internet talking. Oh, thank you, John. And you know what? Thank you for letting me be on your nerdy podcast 3 years ago. I don't know. I don't know. I think that has a lot to do with my growth journey as well. Um I I was able to get out of my comfort zone and I was able to connect with people who did love me and care about me for me and that would be there for me and would probably hide a body for me. Like literally, I feel like most of you would hide a body for me if I asked you to. But I'm trying to be better. Hey, the BSB one. Fair. Uh, yeah. Well, thanks, John. Well, the BSBN, I mean, I am one of the founding members. I guess. It's hard. This whole thing is hard. And I'm scared. I'm scared. And I'm fighting against what I was raised to do. Um, I'm fighting against what I was raised to do, which is to hurt in silence and smile through the pain and to withdraw and not be a burden and to watch everybody else's life go by. And I'm having to learn how to accept that my needs matter. And I know that sounds simple. I know it sounds simple. It does. It sounds simple. Like, of course your needs matter. Of course your needs matter. But it's not that simple. And I wish it was. If we didn't want the burden, we would. Listen, listen. Hope can't help it. At least they're pretty. He's pretty. That's why we have him. Somebody's got to be pretty. he... Thank you, Kagome. Saying and doing are two different things. They are two different things. They are. And yeah. So I have been playing Fallout 76 and I've been building. That's what I've been doing. Um, I've also been playing House Flippers. I don't know if y'all have ever played that game, but it's just like so satisfying to like clean up the house and build it up. I don't know. I have this desperate need to create something beautiful because I feel shitty. I also, oh, but big clue in, if I am rearranging any type of furniture, if you see me rearranging furniture, run, run. Things are going to happen. Run. Like literally anytime I'm like, yeah, I'm rearranging my office. Everyone's like, oh shit, what's going on? Are you okay? No. Okay. Honest question. This is an honest question for my community. How many of you, when somebody asks you if you're okay and if they can do something for you or be there for you, how many of you say, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't, I'm good, but inside you're going, no, I'm not okay, and I could really use some time and connection and some companionship. I could use something. Because I do that all the time. But straight in the face. Are you okay? How are you doing? Fine, good. How many of you have perfected that face? Because no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, exactly like that. I'm doing well. How are you? Right, like, and all somebody's problems and needs are more important than yours. So whenever you're like, well, I mean, you seem a little off. Are you okay? Do you need something? No, I'm good. You got other things to worry about. You're good. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we feel like we're a burden? Where in our fucked up past, where did we take a left turn at a left turn at feeling safe and secure and made a hard swirly donut into fucking like don't want to be a burden insecurity. Like I can really yeah, childhood. That is true. Society when society does, but a lot of times I am most likely to be dishonest about how I feel to somebody I care about because I I have all this lovely trauma. I have this thing where it's like I don't want to burden them or push them away. So I'm going to pretend like everything's good, everything's fine, I'm happy, it's all good. And I am inside going, I am going to fall apart if the wind blows wrong and my panties like just shift slightly to the right. I don't know. Like if I like I that's why. Is that why you call people out, Dondera? Or are you just trying to distract them from your hot mess? So, yeah, you a grown ass adult. I've actually used that, John. That's, you know what? That actually helped me. I was like, I'm a fucking grown ass adult. Who's going to be mad at me? I've actually have been having to say that, which has gotten me, which has sort of actually gotten me over a little bit of my fear of some things, like my fear of, making people angry or upset. So that's a good start, right? Um, oh, I don't know how I'm feeling half the time either. I'm good. I'm not good. Maybe. I don't know. It's the worst part is being alone in my head. I said this. Oh, well, I'm glad. Um, I said this the other day. I lost my train of thought because I was reading John Darrow's thing. Yes. I'm a grown ass adult. Stay busy and play music. Music is one of those. Oh, dwelling in my head. Okay, so yes, in my head. So it's in my head, and I was actually talking with my friend the other day, and he had mentioned something about his demons come out every now and then, and I was like, "What?" Uh, and I'm over here going, your demons actually come out? Like you can put them away? Because mine sit and hang out in my head. They sit out like it's like a college apartment in my head where all my demons hang out, and they are it's a mess, and it's and they fight all the time, and none of them are paying rent, and and I'm over here going, no, we need to evict you. But they're like, nah, fuck, we got squatters' rights. That's how I feel all the time, is in my head. And I am feeling all these things, and I'm thinking all of these thoughts. And then I go through that wonderful disassociation phase where it's just like, oh, fine, I'm going to just completely shut down. And your brain goes off, and you're just sitting there, and you're staring at a blank wall, and your brain just went boo and just powered down. What the fuck? I want to be a functional adult. Does anybody else want to be a functional adult? I want to be a functional adult. I don't want to be like a perfect adult. I just want to be functional. What is so wrong with that? I want to be functional. And I think one is my choice to make it positive. It's easier to type that to put into practice. Yeah. Yeah. I know it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice to see your world as a choice, but there are some times where, because your trauma is so deeply ingrained in you, you're like, it's instant, it's automatic, and you have to. That's where the whole like self awareness, mindful thing comes into play. Is you have to be aware of when that happens, and then when it's like you can't unring the bell. You can't. It's like the whole How I Met Your Mother, like the glass shattering. It's like you can't unsee it. Once you see it, once you recognize that behavior in yourself, you can't unsee it, and it's bullshit. I'm like, oh, I do that, and then you realize you do it a lot more often than you want to, and then you're like, well, shit. And I I want to stop being a people pleaser. I want people to please me. How's that? I want people to please me. I mean, I'm still gonna be a sub, but I want people to please me. Why not? Why the fuck not? I want to stop having other people's needs matter more than mine. And I know that sounds simple. And I know like it, and it's crazy how all of these things, it all sounds so simple, right? All this stuff sounds so simple, so easy. It's if it were so easy, then therapists would be out of a job. I do it, job things to help other people, and never help to sue myself. Yeah, exactly. I like I say I'm not going to do something. It's like no, 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 and then I do it anyway. No, that person needs to take care of their own shit. That person needs to deal with their own stuff because they're not going to learn otherwise. And here I am trooping in whenever they ask me because I want to make sure that they're happy and that they're healthy and all this all the while just ignoring what is good and right for me. But I'm convincing myself and I'm gaslighting myself. And I saw this video about 10 ways you could learn you're gaslighting yourself. I was like 10 out of 10, great, awesome. But it's like you're gaslighting yourself going, I am a good person because I help them out. And the reality is I am motherfucking doormat and I am finding my validation by trying to do something nice for somebody else. And coming to that realization, again, motherfucking sucks. People don't please other people. I need somebody to please me, Don Darrow. I'm just saying. You know what? You're right. I need to go. I have I got enough accoutrement that I could probably please myself multiple times. Ugh. When your trauma turns to kink, folks. That's another reason I also started Release the Kinkster is I had this you got a friend. Yeah. I had this need. I wanted to help people. And I think it followed my logic. Follow my logic. So I have this desire to help people. That is probably part of my trauma. That's a part of who I am. That's all these things. And I have this because and I'm still trying to figure out, I'm still trying to weigh my options. Am I a really giving, kind, good person, or am I just a kind, giving person because I taught myself that? But I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But I knew that I had this desire to help people, and I wanted to help others. But I also wanted to make sure I was doing like I wasn't trying to overcompensate and people please and cross boundaries for myself. So I decided I had this idea for this podcast and I had been back and forth and I was like, okay, well, now would be a good time because the premise of this is to help people. And so I am helping people without actually having to sacrifice or my boundaries. And I found the compromise. And hopefully it's okay. And you know what? Even if it isn't, again, another project that might fail. This stream might fail, and I'm okay with that. Sort of. But it's fine. It's fine. I have to be okay with failing and not being okay and falling apart like I did today. And I don't like it. I don't. And I am very grateful for my community. And I'm grateful for my friends. And I'm I'm trying. And I feel like that's all I can do is and that's all I can say. I'm I wake up and I do it again because I have to take responsibility for that. I don't again, another question for the community. Do you find it easier when you're having to go through this mental health journey and you're going through this process of unpacking and unraveling things? You find it easier to find someone to blame? Like, do you ever find yourself blaming something or someone or an event or thing? And maybe, yes, there might be things that contributed to that, but there comes a point where you have to take responsibility for your own healing. I always blame myself. Well, I mean, I'm always wrong. But I was like, oh, no, I'm this way because somebody else. Or I feel this way because somebody else isn't. No, I feel this way because I am like, I'm interpreting it this way. I don't want to be this way anymore. You know what I want to be? You know what I want to be? I want to be silly. And I want to laugh. I want to laugh. I want to be that person that comes into a room and just everybody wants to laugh with me. And I want affection and I want cuddles and I want to be cute and sassy all at the same time. I want to be sweet and sour. And I want to wake up one day and be fearless. Oh, Kagome continued to pick me up. Okay. Kagome, you are very inspirational to me. I enjoy watching your journey. And I know I say that all the time, but you really are an inspiration. You are someone who, when I think of you, I get all smiley. And if I could hug you every day, I would. And I am so glad that you are in my life. And I appreciate you and your personality. And just thanks for being you. Okay. Okay. I want to know, just out of curiosity. All right, community, ask me a question. You can ask me one question. Oh God, this is gonna be bad. The last 10 minutes, at the last 10 minutes of every show, you get to ask me anyway. It'd be a Q&A. Be a Q&A. Is there anything you want to know? I actually used to play this game with a lot of my friends, and I would call it two questions. You could ask me two questions, but you're not allowed a follow up question. And I would have to answer it 100% honestly. And I feel like that was sort of my way of trying to be vulnerable with my friends without actually being 100% vulnerable, and sort of like letting them consent to giving them the information that they wanted to hear instead of, trauma dumping on them. Cause I have a tendency to overshare, because that would also be part of my mental illness and my traumality. So yeah. No one has a question. Okay, cool. That what is a good thing that happened this week? Aw, that's a good question. A good thing that happened this week. I I got to see I got to see my old a family friend, and my a girl that I was a nanny for. I got to see them on Saturday, and I it was so good. I hadn't seen them in years, and she it was just good to see people from your past when and they it was good to laugh. It's good to remember that even as traumatic as my past was, that there were really good people in there too. And so I loved seeing her. That was really, really good. And I got to spend some time with my kids. I got to play Sea of Thieves. So yeah. Kagome, if you have not seen that stream, go see that stream. If you want to know what I'm like as a mom, go watch that. Oh, the patience I have with my children when we game. They're never going to let me live it down, I don't think. And we're going to stay here. Okay, cool. What is something you are looking forward to this week? Oh, see, now you're getting into I mm, mm, oh, I get the day off on Friday. I guess. Uh, actually, I'm gonna spend Friday purging. I've accumulated a lot of clutter and mess, and I need to clean some things out. How can your friends love and support you better this week? Oh God. Okay. Are you watching the trauma right now? You're watching. I need I need people to check in. I need people to check in. You know who checks in that really surprised me through all of this? You know who checks in on me even though we've only had like a face-to-face conversation twice? John Marsh. We have been on Dinks with Kinks together twice, and we were talking about some things, and he checks in with me every single day. Hey, I haven't heard from you. I know you're going through a rough time. What's going on? Hey, like just checking in. Like just checking in. Just seeing if I'm still breathing. I don't need validation. I just need somebody to show that, hey, I saw this and thought of you. And I know I said that in a car talk, but that's how I feel supported. Because where I'm at in my head, it's hard for me to reach out. And maybe you're the same way. Maybe you are in a place where you can't reach out. And maybe we need to come up with a I'm in a bad place safe word. Like we just, post it on social media. We have a safe word where I need somebody to check on me. Maybe we should do that. We should be Trisket. We should post Trisket on social media, and if we see somebody that says Trisket, that we send them all the love and affection, and maybe that's how we support each other. At least that's a good start, right? I need to donate DVDs. Not sure where to take them. Right? Like, do I have a DVD? Do DVD players? I mean, I have one. I have my computer. And it depends. What DVDs are you donating? You might can send them to me. Just give them to Sean. Sean's an old man. He has all the DVDs and VHSs. How do you sleep with all those? Okay. Well, you're right. Okay, so that's the foot right here of all my squishmallows, which I'm short, so I don't. They just sit there and they stare at me. They do stare at me. That is my weighted blanket right there. It's like 25 pounds. It's super heavy. But I am a nester, which also my traumality. I like to feel secure and safe. I like to nest. I like all the pillows. I like to be held. So I make I make my own cuddles. And I love it. And I sleep really well. And it's great. So yes. And yes, all these throw pillows, there's that like what they call a husband pillow, like the ones that sit up. I have two pillows. I have the throw pillows get usually thrown on the end of the bed so that the squishmallows don't stare at me. Okay. So I know this podcast was a trauma dump, but that's where I'm at today. I almost didn't stream today because I was that bad off, but I decided no, I need to stream. I need to learn how to accept my feelings and accept my breakdowns and move forward with them and understand that just because I had a breakdown doesn't define the rest of my day. So that's here I am. And maybe we'll try again in a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. Thank God this is only every other week. And with that, what are we doing this week? So tomorrow we have BSBN gaming at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central with all of our BSBN members. We also have Zartnor After Dark at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. We then on Wednesday have the Weebs, Dweebs, and Interweebs podcast, and that is on twitch.tv/The Dondero, and that is at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Then on Thursday at 6:30 Eastern, no, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, we have Con Carolina's TV. I saw what they were doing. I can't remember exactly what I saw the advertisement. I didn't read it. But that is also on Dondero's channel, and that is with Buttercup, Ray, Bronner, and Nick. And then at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, we have BSBN Gaming, followed by Zartner After Dark. Oh, cartoons. I knew it was something. It was something fun like that. And then Friday, we have Naughty and Knowledgeable with our wonderful Miko and Glitch. And that is at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, we have Dinks with Kinks Live. And that is also with me, Shep, and John. And we are over there talking kink. I have no idea what we're talking about this time. I actually on Release the Kinkster, I do know that we are going to be talking dynamics and relationships and the different types of dynamics and relationships and sort of explaining again the basics and how all of that ties in. And so we're going to do that because we talk consent in the conversation. And so Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, we have Saturday Shenanigans with Miko. And then at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, we have Bear Place. And then Sunday, we have right here, we have my fellow trauma Trisket, Sean, and we're doing Waking Up with Nana and Pep Pep at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. And John's not streaming. And then we have 76 Sundays. Oh, Monday ones are always so freaking long. Okay, we have 76 Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. And then BSBN Gaming and Zarkner After Dark. My God, it takes me longer to fucking say what we're all doing. You know what? God damn it. Like, I'm just going to record it. But breath, right? I always get the hard one. Damn it. I do want to say one thing. I know that this stream was sort of like a random trauma dump, and I promise it's not going to always be like this, but it's every other week, and I think I just want to be me. I want a podcast where I'm me. And I'm not a Rugs from the internet. And that's what this is. It might be silly. It might be funny. It might be trauma. It might be, I don't know. We're taking it day by day. But I won't be mad if you don't want to watch. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because I want to be me. And I would really like it if you were on that journey with me. But if you're not, I'd understand. So, but thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. And thanks for putting up with all of our shit on the BSBN. You need some new tickers running across some part of the stream. I know, right? I just need it read in just the whole time. You know what? That's my next project. So thanks for watching, and I guess we will see you later. Bye.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Three, two, one.